Hello, and thank you for joining the Tourist Development Council Special Event Marketing Grant Workshop. Today we review the program guidelines, the application criteria, and the reimbursement process. You'll want to make sure you have the guideline packet, the application packet, and the post-event packet handy because we will be referring to that throughout the workshop. All right, so let's talk about the purpose of our workshop today. So what is a Special Event Marketing Grant? We will review the revised guidelines and requirements. We will review the application process, the application scoring and evaluation. We will provide you some marketing plan tips. We will review the post-event reporting and tell you how to get reimbursed. So what is a special event marketing grant? A special event is defined as a new or existing organized concert, exhibition, festival, fair, competitive tournament, conference, or celebration, which is conducted according to a prearranged schedule and a targeted interest to the general public, which may be free or with a predetermined entry or registration fee. The Special Event Marketing Grant is intended to provide funding assistance to organizations for marketing of special events that promote Flagler County as a tourist destination. Funds may be used for expenditures associated with marketing and promoting an event to attendees outside of Flagler County, with the goal of increasing overall economic impact and/or overnight stays in Flagler County. All right, so let's talk about the guidelines. So what is considered a special event? Well, the event must take place in Flagler County between October 1st, 2021 and September 30th, 2022. What is the maximum amount that you can apply for? That would be 25% of your total projected event budget. What can the funds be used for? It can be used for out-of-county advertising, the printing of any banners, signage, posters, flyers, and design of the materials, and postage. Remember, this is a reimbursement grant, so keep track of all your receipts and invoices and canceled checks. And you must track either room nights or conduct surveys of 20% of the projected attendance. And we'll get into that a little bit more as we go through the workshop. The room nights must be in Flagler County and subject to the 5% bed tax. And the tourism logo must be on all your materials. All right, so let's talk about the application process. First, you must attend or review the online mandatory workshop, which you've already started doing today. There is an optional application review deadline of June 4th, 2020. And what that is any time between now and the actual application deadline of June 11th, you can set up a time to meet with anyone in our office if you want us to review your application, make sure you're on track. If anything is missing, we'll be happy to help you. That deadline is June 4th, so if you think you need any assistance, make your appointment with our office before that date. Again, the application deadline is June 11th, 2021. You must submit everything by then. Once you're ready to turn in your application, you can either mail a hard copy to our office or drop it off, and the address is 120 Airport Road, Suite 3. So also with your application, you must submit an estimated event budget, a marketing and advertising plan. You must sign the logo usage requirement form and provide a W-9 and vendor information form. And we'll go through all those further down the workshop. And then 30 days prior to your event, you want to supply our office a certificate of insurance. And more information on the insurance can be found in our guidelines. The TDC meeting will be held July 21st, 2021, so go ahead and save that date because you want to be available in case any of the TDC board members have questions, or if you'd like to make a presentation, you're free to do so. And then save the date of August 16th, 21, because that's when our BOCC meeting for final approval will happen. All right, so let's talk about scoring and evaluation. There are 4 categories that you will be scored on. And these are the same categories that we've always had in the past, but now we've just assigned points to them. So category 1 is worth 40 points. And this is your commitment to the overall economic impact of tourism in Flagler County. So what we've done is we divided the events into 3 different categories. There's a high impact event, a medium impact, and a low impact. So now you can decide where you want to fit into those categories. Will you be bringing a high impact event that is more than 400 room nights or more than 10,000 day visitors? If so, you would select the 30-point high-impact visitor category. And then once you determine what type of event you're going to have, you can decide if you're going to go the route of verified room nights or do visitor surveys, and we'll get to that further. And then you want to find out if your event coincides with non-peak season. So non-peak season is considered to be the month September through January. So you actually can earn 5 extra points if you have it during that time. That's when a lot of our hotels and restaurants are a little bit slower, so you get extra points for bringing an event during that slow time. And then you can get 5 points if it's a multi-day event, because that will encourage overnight visitors as well. All right, so category 2 is worth 20 points, and that's your event marketing plan. And this includes your strategies, opportunities for attracting visitors from out of town, and make sure your marketing plan is thorough, well-defined, and realistic. So you'll see the points and how they're determined below, and we will go through the sample marketing plan that we've provided. All right, category 3 is worth 20 points, and this is the soundness of your special event. You want to make sure your event has clearly defined objectives, that you understand and know where all your funding sources are, and your overall budget. And category 4, 20 points as well. And this is your stability and management capacity. Do you have a proven record or demonstrated capacity to effectively plan, organize, and implement a unique and high-quality event in Flagler County? So once you answer those questions, those points will be determined. So let's talk about your marketing plan. You want to make sure it's well thought out. Who are you exactly targeting? Know your audience. Know their interests. When will your ads run? What kind of ads will you run? Will it be print, social media, radio? How much will they cost? Is there an opportunity to do any cross-promotion with other local organizations, such as, hey, I'll promote your event if you promote mine? What is your call to action? Do people need to buy tickets? Is there a registration? And have a social media presence. Use hashtags. Engage with your audience. If your event is on Facebook and people are tagging people, you want to make sure and say, hey, we can't wait to see you. Make sure you visit our website for more information. Send out a press release. Take advantage of the free local event calendars. And then lastly, how will you measure your advertising efforts? You want to make sure where you're putting your marketing dollars is giving you the best return on investment. All right, post-event reporting and reimbursement. So once your event is done, you'll want to schedule a time to meet with the tourism staff no more than 60 days after your event to submit all your documentation for reimbursement. And if you've been a part of our program in the past, these are the same type of documents that we've always requested. You'll do a post-event report. You'll fill out a reimbursement request form, and this includes all your proof of payments for any marketing, advertising, promotional expenses, everything that's eligible to be reimbursed for. You want to provide your final event budget that compares what you estimated it to be to what it actually was, and then a copy or sample of any printed materials like print ads, tear sheets, brochures, flyers, and also the last and most important thing is you want either your verified room night report or your participant surveys that you submitted in the original application. At that post-event meeting with the tourism staff, they will review all the submitted forms and post-event reimbursement documentation, let you know if anything is missing, and let you have some time to get that together. Keep in mind that you are required to meet your original commitment to the overall economic impact as stated in your application and what was approved on. Your reimbursement packet is then submitted to the clerk's office for approval, and if everything checks out, your check will be issued within 45 days. All right, so why don't you grab your application packet and we'll quickly go through some of the main areas to cover. And again, if you have any questions or need assistance, you can definitely reach out to us. You can call us or email us, alukasik@visitflagler.com. You'll see my email there on the last slide, and we'll be happy to help you. Okay, so grab your application packet, and you'll see on the first page of the overall timeline, you'll see that optional application review deadline. So again, if you're running into any problems or have questions, just set up a time to come meet with us and we'll walk you through it. The deadline, June 11th, no exceptions. And then you want to save the date for July 21st for the TDC meeting. August 16th for the BOCC meeting for approval. And once we have that, then we'll begin to send out notifications letting you know officially that you were approved and for how much. All right, page 2 of your application, we provide you just a quick checklist just to help keep you organized. So when you come to our office with your application by June 11th, you want to make sure you have this application, your estimated event budget, your marketing plan, your logo usage requirement form, and your W-9 and vendor information form. And again, there's all of our information, our address, email, phone number, if you need any help along the way. Okay, so page 4 of your application, first, it's just some general information about your event. There is an opportunity to put a detailed overall description, and definitely I encourage you to be as descriptive as possible. Remember, the staff and the TDC, they're learning about your event maybe for the first time, so you want to be as descriptive as possible so they can visualize it. Then you'll put your total estimated budget, and whatever that amount is, you can ask up to 25% of that amount. All right, so here it gets into the category. So this is that first category, your commitment to the overall economic impact of tourism. So you select what best describes your event. Are you high impact, medium, or low? The multi-day, is it during non-peak season? Then a very important question, how will you track attendance? This is very important. Are you going to have someone at the gates, just with a ticker, or is it via registration or buying tickets? But you definitely want to know how many people are coming to your event. And if you decide to do room nights, how are you going to track that? If you need assistance on reaching out to hotels to do room blocks or secure the best rate so that your rooms are being tracked and you can provide that documentation to us, just let us know and we'll get that to you. So category 2, the soundness of your special event. This is where you clearly want to identify your event objectives. Why are you having this event? What are you trying to accomplish? Who are you trying to attract? And then here you'll list what other sources of funding that you have set up for your event. And then you will provide your detailed estimated budget, and we've given you a sample, which we will show you throughout the application. And then you'll list any past TDC funding that you received. If you're not certain or forgot or can't find it, just reach out to us, and again, we'll provide that to you. Stability and management capacity on page 6. This is where you'll check off how many years this event's taken place, and then just provide some of that history. Then you'll have an opportunity to tell us why your event is unique and a high quality. What makes it different from other events that may be in our county or in the region? Then you will tell us your event marketing and advertising plan. Who is your target audience? How do you plan to promote and advertise your event to attract visitors out of the county? And then you'll provide a detailed estimate of your marketing and advertising plan. And that can be found on page 9. So this is a sample marketing and advertising plan. You don't have to use this, but we know some of you can appreciate a sample or get you started. So this is what we provided to you, but again, you can use your own. On page 7 is the authorized agent acknowledgement. This is just saying that you are an authorized agent of this organization and have the permission to apply for this grant. On page 8 is a sample event bid budget form. Again, you don't have to use this one, but if you want to, feel free to do so. Page 10 is the logo usage requirements. This is where you are acknowledging that the tourism logo will be on all your materials. Any flyers, advertisements, brochures, posters, please use the logo. And on our website, we have different formats of the logo for you as well. And the last 2 pages, page 11 and 12. Page 11 is the vendor information form. You want to make sure you fill this out because this is what we'll put in the system to make sure you get paid. And then page 12 is the visitor surveys that you will give your visitors when they come to your event. You don't have to use this form, but you do have to ask these questions. And if you want to use it in another format, whether it be on your website or digitally, you're free to do so as well. All right, so now let's talk about after your event, what you need to do to get reimbursed. You want to grab your post-event packet. And again, on page 1 is the checklist of everything you want to make sure that you bring to that meeting that you have to set up 60 days after your event. So page 2 is your post-event report. This is just where you, again, tell us about your organization. You give us any feedback that you received maybe from the attendees or about the venue. Did you have any problems? If so, what were they? Page 3 talks about, will you host the event next year? What would you do differently? And what other feedback you'd like to share with our office. At the bottom of page 3 is that verified room night report that you'll be asked to submit those verified room nights from selected hotels in Flagler County. Page 4 is your reimbursement request form. This is where you're going to list all your eligible expenses by vendor, what it was, how much, and how much is allowed to be reimbursed. And then you're going to provide all the backup documentation for each one of those, such as a canceled check, a tear sheet, a paid invoice, anything else that shows that you paid for those expenses. All right, and if you're using the visitor surveys, page 5 will be applicable to you, which is the final survey summary report. You're going to combine all those answers and use the columns as you see on the page. And this is the same form that we've used in the past, so there's no changes here. But if you have any questions or just want to make sure you're on the right track, again, you can reach out to our office and we'll be happy to help you. Congratulations, you've completed the mandatory special event grant workshop. Again, if you have any questions, please call our office, 386-313-4226. Thanks and look forward to working with you.